You guys know the Kurrajong tree? Kurrajong? You don't know Kurrajong? Well, you're about to. So, Kurrajong tree is actually a tree you might know by its Latin name better. It is a Brachychiton acerifolius. Down here at the place in San Diego, it's just a literal botanical garden. If you need plants for your garden, well, we got them. Lots of palm trees and other stuff. But anyway, inherited this wonderful, beautiful garden with all kinds of wondrous things. Some I don't even know what they are. And one of them is something I do know, is the Queensland flame tree. You can see why they call it the flame tree. Look at this thing. It's kind of sort of finishing flowering. The flowers are red. Can I show you a close-up? The flowers are red. Right here, there's kind of an old one. They're all over the ground. And the bracts are also red. Let's see if I get a close-up right here. And so you get this just iridescent red all over the tree. And I love that about the tree. But what I also love about the tree is that it makes this really gorgeous tropical evergreen foliage. Well, it's evergreen, except in summer when it goes deciduous, semi-deciduous when it blooms. The whole tree doesn't go deciduous, see? Like there's parts of the tree that remain lush and beautiful. But where it tends to flower, it goes deciduous. I don't water this area at all anymore. So this is just pure San Diego. Whatever it gets, like it's like 10 inches a year of rain and that's it. Mainly during 4 or 5 months of the year in winter. Basically December through April. And you can see how beautiful it looks next to the sky. What's interesting about this tree is it's also called the, what else is it called? The Queensland flame tree, the Illawarra flame tree for a region of northeast Australia from where it's native to. The botanical name, the Brachychiton is the genus, and acerifolius, can anyone tell me what acerifolius means? Let me give you a hint. Acerifolius. Folius. Does that sound a little bit like come on, people. Foliage, right? Foliage, yeah. Acer, do you know what acer means in Latin? That means the maple group of trees. So it has a maple-like leaf. That's why they call it acerifolius. And sometimes it has different formed leaves. Like here, it just has a little triangular or whatever 3-shaped leaf here. And you've got a fiber right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here, same thing, 5. But it's a wondrous lush green leaf. Here's one that's slightly different shaped. So you have these really interesting multi-shaped leaves on the tree. Now, the tree always drops a little bit of foliage, but I've never ever seen it like this before. In fact, this tree, this is the first time it's bloomed. It's been nothing but leaves, and I always wondered if it was going to bloom. So I think you should really think about these trees as like being sporadic bloomers. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. When you don't get it, you get beautiful foliage. When you do get it, you get this incredible display. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, what's interesting is you'll see parts of the tree are, hung in foliage really nicely, and other parts of the tree are absolutely denuded of it. So I guess the tree decides where it wants to bloom within the tree, and where that happens, it just drops every leaf. So, super drought tolerant tree. And what else can I say? The seeds are edible. So are the roots of young trees. Now, I haven't tried that yet, but maybe someday. Here's a good shot right there. You can see these flowers a little more defined against the sky. A few bees up there. It probably, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I'm gonna get a huge opening of the blooms. There's already seeds forming. So we're gonna watch this over the next few days, see how it looks. But it's related to, they look great in tropical gardens. This is probably the most tropical looking of all of the bottle trees. I'll show you another one over here. And here it is. It's one of my friends. It smiles. Actually, I guess that's more of a frown right here. Is that a frown? Yeah, that's kind of a frown. But I kind of like it. It's like winking at me. See this? So maybe it's a female winking at me. I don't know. I think it's a male-female tree. I haven't looked up how these trees are sexed properly. But this one's also in bloom. And there are the flowers there. So they're not nearly as striking as the acerifolius. This one here is Brachychiton rupestris. I have a video online about this, and it's such a good video that some other guy like totally stole my video and inserted it in his own video, because that's what he does. He just steals stuff on the internet. I don't even know how to do that. I don't think I ever would, but I don't even know how, so I can't. Anyway, here's the big boy right here. It gets a big, giant, swollen base. The other one doesn't get as fat of a trunk, but it does get a fairly fat trunk. This is from a more arid region of Australia, so it has adapted with a fatter trunk where it can store moisture, and it has a more narrow leaf, so it's less evaporative, less evaporation coming out of that leaf than the more tropical Brachychiton acerifolius. So you have Brachychiton acerifolius, one more time. You have Brachychiton rupestris. Did I say that right the first time? This one's rupestris. Let's get this straight. Rupestris acerifolius. All right. And other ones out there are Brachychiton populinus, which is a really beautiful tree that looks like a poplar. It's really drought tolerant, and it's just a leafy tree. Kind of looks like a ficus a little bit with a swollen trunk. It's really cold hardy. That tree there is hardy to probably 24 degrees. This one here is probably hardy to maybe 18 degrees. Populinus is hardy to 18 degrees. And there's actually some other ones too. Brachychiton, I don't know. I'd have to look them up. You know, I can't remember every plant. So that's it. Hopefully you're having a good day. And maybe I'll end up with a long shot. I know. I'll give you something really special. How about this? Get you some really nice color against the red. And here we go. Some nice contrast. How's that for it? You can just sit here all day in a little rocking chair and just look at this view. Or you can get back to work.